Welcome to the Trinidad cast. This is episode number 138 on the... What is the... It's the 11th month, the 9th of the 11th month. It's the 9th of November. Wow. Ooh. Pre-Black Friday sales.
Just now it's Thanksgiving.
You should have your things in your cart so that you will know the price.
Today, you know.
You order Black Friday sale things like the pre-sales.
There are no pre-sales. I just got fed up. I was like, this price not going on anytime soon.
I am adamant that I am going to buy my new laptop this Christmas season. So I have, guess how much laptops I have in my cart right now that I'm watching? Guess.
5.
4.
7.
Nah, boy.
7 of them. I have one with 32 gigs. I like 3 of them with 32 gigs of RAM, and then the rest of them is 16 gigs of RAM. That cheaper. No,
Max?
because I need a 2-in-1. If I don't have a 2-in-1, I cannot teach effectively because I draw on my PowerPoints. But I have a Mac in the cart for somebody else though. I just let them know, yeah, things coming up, I'll put it in the cart, and soon as the price drop, I'll let you know and I'll buy it for you. But long story short, my laptop starting to show some signs of aging. It froze up on me once and say could not, the blue screen with boot record can't be found or something like that.
Blue screen like that?
Well, yeah, not the original blue screen of that. The one where startup and the BIOS literally said, cannot find boot record. And I had to reset the NVMe and reset the RAM and kind of like blow it out. And I was like, okay. When that started happen, I had a 7 years, 8 years is 8 years is enough. I get enough out of you. I might it might still be able to work. I might be able to buy new RAM or some kind of thing. But
that's like elder abuse 8 years.
Man, boy, don't let my laptop here. You see that? Right? We've been through some good times through the whole of COVID. I do all my online classes or some all that's yeah. So I determined to do that. What else is important in the world right now besides Black Friday sales? Oh, will you be participating in any local Black Friday sales? Is there any local Black Friday sale that does catch you? That is all I wanted to intro
I never
with.
have, and I don't think I will either.
Same.
I'm not really a sale person. Like if I need something,
we know.
I won't wait till I sale.
We know that. Now, let's say you need something right now, right? Will you buy it tomorrow, or will you say, "Oh, you're gonna have a Black Friday sale like next week. I'll go buy it."
No, like I need, like we were talking backstage, I needed a what do you call it? A label printer.
Yeah.
And I bought it now instead of waiting 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I'm not a Black Friday sale person, but going and buy the laptop, and I tell myself I could have ordered a laptop this weekend, right? But I was like, I'm gonna wait a week and see what happen, because, well, I mean, 'tis the season. If it was July, it happened, I would have buy it the first week in July. But now I like Friday, If my laptop right now just stopped working completely, of course I had to buy one now, like immediately. But yeah. But locally, last year I bought a Bluetooth speaker from one of them furniture stores. And it was like the original price of the speaker was like $900, and I get it for $300. And that Bluetooth speaker has served me well for the past year, doing all kind of things, carrying it to school for a class party, any little event I'd have on one thing. And I could hook up a mic to it and things. So I do like meetings, all kind of thing with it. So I may be on the lookout to see what these local Black Friday sales people can have tech-wise. And if I see anything that is definitely not a laptop, and I'm buying a laptop from anybody right here, right? But if it have like, a 55-inch TV that I refuse to buy because we don't watch TV at home anymore. But I see a 55-inch TV for like 2,500 TT. Why not? Yeah, that's.
You don't need it.
No, I don't need it. I really don't need the TV. Yeah.
That's why. Yep.
Our TV is our ornament right now because it has always been an ornament because we never ever use it to the point that it's not working, and people has come and they don't even question why the TV not on because it was never on to begin with.
You know what has happened to my TV? Well, not my TV, the TV remote. The battery,
the battery that's the LED that the
remote.
Yeah,
like months have passed and I use it.
Yeah, the battery started to get rusty. Yeah. So I don't know if if I get a TV real cheap, I'll just put it up as an ornament and maybe have it there. But as it stands right now, the TV outside the work and not one soul. I don't want not one soul cares about that because. Everybody be watching on the laptop, on the tablet, and phone, and yeah. All right, techiness. What did we do, techie, this week? All right, Michaela, you first.
Techie this week. Tech support. That's what I fought.
Family tech support.
Amazon. No. Me fighting up with Amazon.
How is that techie?
I was stuck on the phone. I consider that techie.
Wait, you was on a phone call at Amazon?
Oh, no. I was on a phone call with Apple for like half an hour.
Were you talking to an actual human being?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Yes. She was very fun. I liked her. But yeah, it was just a hot mess. But tech-wise, I guess I've been vibe coding as well. Yeah, vibe coding out of not a choice, but a necessity. I was told to vibe code, so I'm vibe coding. But yeah, that's about it.
Told to vibe code.
Yes.
Interesting. Hold on. Your boss told you to vibe code something?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I understand.
Yeah.
I tell one of my workers to vibe code something. I was like, hey, just use ChatGPT for that. You have time to sit down and figure out that whole thing. Just get it and put it in. We just need it to work. You'll make it look pretty after.
Yeah. Basically went like that.
Okay. I got you. All right. Akeem, what about you?
Yeah, more or less similar stuff as in the past with payment gateway integration type stuff. We had a new implementation this week. That's what I could say. A new implementation, so and testing and that whole kind of stuff. And I also started using a new platform for deliveries, and they have a pretty good technology platform. You know, it was pretty pretty
intuitive.
Intuitive, yeah. And I think they're looking to launch a new version of it in the new year. You know, so I want to see what that looks like.
See. Yeah. My laptop spazzed out on me and it was not booting and I had to open it up. Long time I opened up my laptop and take out all the components I could have take out and put it back in and then pray it and it work again. But that wasn't the techie part. I taught my son how to deep clean his laptop because he playing game and he's like, Daddy, while I playing the game, it just shut off on me. I was like, cause it was overheating. He's like, why it go overheat? I say, just take it and put it on your bed without any hard surface underneath it. He's like, what I gonna do? I was like, you remember I was explaining to you how fans does work and it's be full down the fan? When we open up that thing, dust bunnies inside there, you know. Like, he was like, so what, you just had a deep clean your laptop ever so often? I was like, yeah, the kind of things you'd be doing to your laptop? Yeah, I had a deep clean. the touchpad was giving trouble. It had ghost touches and thing, all kind of juice and, not juice, but like grime and thing on it. And
fingerprints.
Yeah. So we open it up, we clean out them fans with our paintbrush, we blow out everything and whatnot. And then when you start to play the game again, you say, it's moving faster. I say, yeah, because your CPU is happy now. Your CPU is not overheating anymore. And he created a kind of stand thing for it. Yeah, but that was kind of techie to, like you just want to go through things with your child. And deep clean a laptop. Check that off on the bucket list. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
hey.
I probably reach that stage.
I'll make him unscrew it for himself too. And you know how when you take all the screws, he doesn't remember the screws, just go back in the correct hole. Yeah.
I just line them up.
Right, yeah. So I was going to tell him to do that, but then I was like, no, let me leave him, let him learn. And then when you try to put his screws back in, he's like, how come this one not screwing? I said, that's for the wrong hole. He's like, how he doesn't know when it is for the wrong hole? Yeah, I didn't remember that when you take it out. Lesson learned. And I was like the father of the year, apparently. Yeah. Now he could play FIFA. All right. What we got to talk about today? Let's go. We have to speak about AI-enabled laptops. We get some more information about the AI-enabled laptops. We thought it was just Copilot, but we'll read the article and you'll see some more things, which, of course, me, the teacher, going to have some views. Solar power, when it works for Trinidad, there's a new kind of solar power project thing, along with a lot of other announcements from the government with respect to the improvements in Trinidad and Tobago moving forward. So there's a solar power article that we had to kind of talk about, because we need to talk about those things, because that's the future of our electricity. And how many delays can GTA 6 go through? Well, I think they're on the fourth one right now, but we'll talk about it from a developer perspective, because there must be a logical reason, right? Must be a logical reason. So let's go. Story number 1, AI laptops. Right now you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot, but more so I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of. That will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. The Minister of Education, Mr. Michael Dowlath. I couldn't remember his first name. I was like, Dowlath. He was the principal of NAPS, Naparimo. When you get a Minister of Education who was actually a principal, they usually supposed to have some greater knowledge of how schools does work. But I realize when I get a secondary school principal, they don't understand primary school, and when I get a primary school principal, they don't understand secondary school. But I digress. Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlath has announced that government-issued laptops for secondary school students will be distributed by the end of November. I had heard the end of October last time, but let's not go into that. Right. He emphasized that one of the lessons learned from earlier laptop initiative was the importance of pairing technology with reliable internet access. Get this, guys. Get this. Listen to this part. In the past, we saw challenges where laptops were provided, but schools lacked the connectivity to make full use of them. Congratulations. Thank you very much for listening to Reason and Understanding. This time, we are ensuring the infrastructure is in place first. Right now, schools are averaging around 150 megabits per second download speeds, and we're scaling up to 500 megabits by next year and 1 gigabit within 4 years. Our goal is for every student to be able to conduct research and access learning materials seamlessly. Let's just pause on that there and talk about what you know about bandwidth and how bandwidth works and whatever. A school averaging 150 megabits per second right now?
Well, I mean, according
like
to
a
flow,
small,
maybe.
how big the school is.
No, I don't care how big. I don't care how big the school is. I don't care how big the school is. 10 people will kill out 150 megabits if they use it with any veracity. 20 people will have it lagging bad, and if you have 200 people using that Wi-Fi, that 150 megabits ain't gonna make it.
He probably ain't talking about Wi-Fi. He probably just talk. Well, he probably making it seem like is that he's talking about, but in reality, it's probably what coming direct to the
That's
modem.
the connection, yeah. That's the connection.
Yeah.
And 150 megabits is what people have at home to use for their daily lives, and that and all does go through some trouble depending on what people do in there. Mm-hmm. As a person who's run the internet in our school, like and understand everything about the connection, you need 1 gigabit minimum to handle a school of any size of like 400 to 600. And if the bandwidth is used to be solved, it should get to 1 gigabit now instead of in 4 years, because if that 1 gigabit didn't come by now, it's just going to frustrate people, children, because that 150 megabits, by the time 50 children jump on TikTok, it's over. It's over. So that was the paragraph that jumped out to me first. Like, what do you think is a viable number for a large amount of people to in a school to be able to get proper usage of the internet, Michaela? What do you think?
I don't even know, because we're supposed to be getting 150 here at home, and even sometimes that's not enough. So worse yet for a school.
And children in a school, they're not gonna be using the internet for no simple Googling and no simple thing. Children in a school, first thing that they're gonna do is be like, let me check to see if Netflix working.
Nah, yeah, lock it down.
Yeah, okay, cool. I have the distinguished privilege of trying to lock down internet for our school. I know the pain that it takes to try and lock down internet for our school. You know what it takes to lock down TikTok? You have to put in 65 different CDN CDN addresses to try to even stop TikTok from loading a video, but it'll still load. But the video don't play, but you just see the comments and everything come up. And ever so often a video will slip through. Because TikTok CDNs have been notorious for avoiding every networking engineer in the world. If you go on the forums and you just be like, block TikTok via CDN, you'll see men complaining and fighting and bitter about all of the reasons. The only way you can block TikTok is at the app level. But to block it at the app level, you have to have some kind of specialized hardware that's able to get the app ID from iOS and Android. So as soon as you see anything come from that particular app ID, you'll get it. But the thing is, the app ID does change because TikTok is evil. They know that people trying to block them, and they'll do all kind of gymnastics to make sure TikTok's still working. The only people that know how to block TikTok is China. And I know what our struggle is. But them children going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on Netflix. They're going to be on pirated
Instagram.
sites, watching movies, Instagram. And all of those things are video. Video uses up bandwidth. And once the video is using up bandwidth, then you're going to have a problem for the children who actually want to do real schoolwork. So they're going to give the children the laptops and say, yeah, we have a 150 megabit connection. And some child is going to be like, but that is not the speed we have at home. How do you expect the speed that we have at home to work at school? And that's the paragraph that first jumped out to me. Eventually getting to 1 gigabit in the next 4 years should be the goal. No, I think. Yeah, that is what I think from my school perspective. But everybody knows school Wi-Fi is just bad Wi-Fi. Not a child will just be like, school Wi-Fi is good Wi-Fi.
I wouldn't know. Back in my day, we didn't have anything. So,
do you use work Wi-Fi? No, you're working from home. Sorry.
Yes, I do.
Because the work does pay for your Wi-Fi.
Actually, yeah.
Wow, disgusting. Yeah.
It's work as pay my bill and as
Let's get back in your reimbursement and whatnot. Yeah, this is where people try to pelt things at you through the screen, but they won't. Use your work Wi-Fi, Michaela, when you're on work. And it does work. All right. Wow. Okay. Rough. Well, I guess the people that are in work, they have a little more. We used to have a problem when I used to work in different places with torrenting. We would BitTorrents, yeah, that was a big thing.
Yeah, like what I used to have a place I used to work.
What? Who torrented at work? You mad? You didn't have no Netflix or anything to, like, what? Netflix wasn't readily available. People used to download movies to watch them. So people had their torrent client on, and they just leaving their computer on whole night and whole day and coming back in the morning. And when you watch somebody bandwidth profile, you'd be like, how come this person run through 60 gigabytes of data in one day? When you go on here, check the person's computer, uTorrent installed, and movies pumping. Every new movie that come out, yeah, they torrenting that.
Yeah, like at our place I used to work, people used to torrent so much that they actually got a notice, like a legal notice from some movie companies.
Yeah. Like Universal or one of them. Yeah.
Because people was
on work networks, torrent
and track it back.
Yeah. But now streaming,
I mean, now it's like streaming, but
yeah. I know work networks that have them kind of problems. So much less for school. School networks will have it worse, and for you to lock it down, it'll sound simple. I ain't gonna lie to you, it sounds simple because it's just a networking thing. It's just like, okay, go on anything and block certain IPs. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. And if it's one section of society that's find a way to mash up the way something's supposed to work, it's children.
Yeah, I remember even when I was in UE, we used to download torrents.
Yeah.
On UE Wi-Fi.
I used to walk through UE just because the Wi-Fi was fast. And they're like, wait now, the Wi-Fi working here and it fast? Yeah. You just go by SAC. I don't even go in UE. I just go online and I open up my laptop and download a movie.
Yep.
Because it was unrestricted and it was fast until they started to do all kind of things where you had to put in a
ID and stuff.
Yeah, ID and all them kind of thing. Yeah, that was rough. There's more to the article though. FYI. Let's go a little further. Each laptop will be loaded with AI-assisted learning software, including interactive math and language arts textbooks developed by the ministry. Dollar said these tools are designed not only to help students but to support parents. The avatars and guided lessons will help parents understand how to assist their children with learning at home. I have zero confidence in a AI textbook created by the Ministry of Education. Do you have any confidence at all in that?
Yeah, so I agree with McKellar because
No. You want to say no. That's what you want to do. You want to say no.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have a little kind of, I don't know if to call it bias, but
what, optimism?
No, and I kind of probably allude to this in some of the conversations. I kind of know some people that going and be involved in some of the technology stuff. So
you have what's called this thing? You have a personal reference. You have a character statement. You have a certificate of character for them. That they never do anything wrong. So chances are
I would reserve my judgment until it happens.
Right. Yeah. I am a teacher and I'm going to tell you no. No. That's going to be one of the most unpolished software that you could think of. That's not going to work the first time. And when it do work the first time, no teacher is going to try to continue using it. Because I can't say this with any authority, but I don't know what was the testing process to put the software on this laptop and okay it as the software that is going to be used by all teachers. Because if the software was tested in any way, form or fashion, every single Form 1 teacher would have known about it by now. And I could tell you, every single Form 1 teacher does not know about it by now. So that means the software is going to come and they're going to tell the teachers, hey, start using this software in your classroom. And then the teachers will be like, what? What software? How does software work?
Did they have any type of workshop or anything with teachers since they came in terms of the laptops, or when they're coming in, or in terms of how the technicians going to interact, whether it be a schedule, or remember you was talking about that a while ago in terms of maintenance and all that. Did they had anything?
Not in any school that I know of, in the teacher circles that I run in, not one of them has that and has had that as far as I know. I don't know if others know about it, but if you have your laptop and something go wrong with it, I would assume you're carried by the technician that's assigned to the school. But what the technician is going to do, I don't know. I don't know if there's a log, there's a name. I do know that some schools had to submit names of all of the Form 1s and their parent information to the technician so that they could create like a database for the children that is going to be going to. I know that one for sure, but I don't know. And of course, we have our very major concerns about the maintenance of these things because we're going to have one mashup. Yeah.
So your school at least have a technician assigned?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But as far as I know, every secondary school has a technician assigned, or sometimes they're zoned. So somebody might be in a particular zone and they have multiple technicians depending on the size of the school or whatever the case is. So when the laptops do come, I believe that they would go to the Form 1s. However, the use of the software, I could tell you in my teacher circles, nobody knows what the software looks like. Okay, nobody that I know knows what is on the software, what is going to be coming on your laptop, and how to use it and how to implement it.
From your experience, right, how you envision this rollout going to be?
The students going to get laptops and play game.
Not the laptops, say the AI software, because they're making it, seem as something that have to go hand in hand with the laptops, and that the teachers going and need to.
From my experience, next year, March or April, they're going to invite teachers into our workshop, which will be like a select few of the teachers, and just now, Michaela, your microphone making a kind of, I think the filter touching the microphone. I hear it, right. It's a little better now. Okay, cool. The unplug and unplug, because your microphone could get vexed with you. Alright, yeah. Alright. That they'll have a workshop or some kind of thing that will invite a couple teachers to go and learn about it, and then they'll tell those teachers to go back to your school and teach your peers. And guess who's going to be asked to go to that workshop? Not me, because they know I'll say no immediately, because I really don't like how they just do that and try to throw that teaching thing on somebody's staff or whatnot. Yeah, that is how I envision it will happen. But the students will have the laptops for almost a full 2 terms before the teachers get to know how to use the software. And then by the time the students have the laptops for a full 2 terms and can't find nothing constructive to do with it, the laptops will start to drop like flies. And then when they try to do any work in the classroom and they tell people to bring their laptops, you'll hear, "Sir, my laptop not working. Sir, this not, sir, I carried by the technician, but he have it and he didn't fix it. Sir, I did this, sir, I did that, sir, I did that." And then you'll have half the class with working laptops and back to square one. Because if you can't use the laptop, if you can't maintain the laptops, then that's what's going to happen. So, but to the original question, I don't trust the Ministry of Education to develop any AI-enabled teaching software textbook. I don't. I have no evidence to point towards that working. None. There's no case study. There's no case law. There's no what other word I could say? There's no precedent to make me believe that this will work. And the laptops will end up becoming a game thing.
Right. I agree with you that it's no precedent, and putting your faith in any ministry for stuff like this probably only to something that'll be successful. But like, let me say you were to have a successful implementation or something like this? How you think?
Oh, we reached the hypotheticals. Okay, hypothetically speaking, yeah, right.
Right, if it were to be a successful implementation, what do you think?
Wi-Fi.
She thinks that would need to happen.
Wi-Fi.
Or that they should have done already.
Faster Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. 2, teacher training. And 3, parental education. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why the parental education is the third one, right? These children gonna carry this laptop home, right? They because that's from all the indications they don't have to leave it in school. They're gonna carry this laptop home, and they are going to now. Some households are going to have a laptop, not for the first time, but an extra laptop, and the parents are going to take the children's laptop and do things with it, like watch Netflix or install this or try to run this small business or as far as sell it for parts, as far as, right? Because some parents
so
they know to
I don't think it had any education and you will go and stop somebody who have those type of intentions.
Right. No. To have education, I will ward off some of them because they could let them know that if your child's laptop stops working because of your negligence or whatever it is or whatever the case is, then they're not going to get a replacement. And the technician is not obligated to try to fix the problem. So please make sure your children keep your laptop away from water. Please make sure that they don't let it fall. Those sort of things. It have some parents that will take that to heart and take that very seriously and start to treat the laptop with a lot more care. But if you don't instill that, like, okay, this is not just a government freebie. This is an actual thing from the government that you should cherish and take care of. You might get a subset of the society that cares enough to be like, okay, the prime minister say, don't put the laptop by water. Make sure when you're doing the work, make sure the prime minister say, carry a laptop in and ask the technician to whatever the case is. Yeah, that one necessary because a lot of the times we think schooling is just students, but schooling is actually students and the parents. And the parents have to play a big part in schooling, and the same thing will be for these laptops. I'll come off my soapbox now. Yeah. Right. So the first game I think they're installing?
Roblox? I don't know.
Roblox, 100% Roblox. Yes, McCullough, you get it correct. 120% Roblox because they have to play Dress to Impress. They have to play 100 Nights in the Garden thing, and they have to play the garden one, Grow a Garden. You have to play Grow a Garden. So Roblox and install first. How long you think? Because they say at the end of November, right? How long do you think it's going to take before the admin password leaks? A week? I'll get them till January.
So there's just one admin password for all the laptops?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
You sure they're going to do that same thing this time around?
What's the other alternative for them to do?
Like
zone the laptops by different zones, and once you're giving out laptops in a particular zone, they have a different admin password, right?
Yeah, something.
That would require them to have a list of all of the children for all the different zones and the number of people that are in secondary school and the number of formers and all them kind of things. You think they have that?
I don't know.
I don't think so. And what happens if a child transfers from one zone to another zone and the admin password for that laptop is different to the admin password of the other laptop, and the technician who working in zone east has to work on a laptop from zone south? You feel they have the communication in place that's going to message the south zone coordinator to find out what's the admin password for the south laptops? No, there's one admin password, and that one admin password, once you get that you even going on, I promise you a YouTube video going on come out. Hey, hi guys, I'm John from Trinidad, and this is how you get into your the admin password of your school laptop. and they'll basically post that on Discord. They'll post it on the internet. It will be shared on WhatsApp groups. And it'll just be forwarded to everybody. And then once the admin password hits, them laptops going through. Because you know what's going to happen? When it run out of space, guess what they're going to uninstall first? Yes, the AI software that's supposed to be used. It'll be like, what's this thing? AI textbook, uninstall, Roblox needs space. Unless they come out with a terabyte SSD, matter of fact, it could come with a terabyte SSD, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're still uninstalling it because the more games they can put on that, the better. And these days, Roblox is like the entry-level game, and it have other small games that you can install too. They will figure out a way. They will figure out a way to do it. And such is the nature of children. Such is the nature of children. I just hope that they get a little Microsoft Office to use, and so that when they can't connect to the internet to use Google Docs, they'll be able to use the local Microsoft Office suite. That is all I could hope for. Yeah. He noted that further updates will be provided as distribution begins, including details on the rollout schedule and parent orientation sessions at schools. So, seems like there's going to be parent orientation sessions. But I still maintain you shouldn't be giving laptops to Form 1s. You should be giving them to Form 4s, because those are the ones that actually have SBAs to do. And those are the ones that'll be all more responsible, and they'll be able to take their laptop from Form 4 into Form 6 if they want to. That'll be the better bet. Giving it to a Form 1, it's they really not gonna understand the value of what they have until they have some sort of CXC exam to fight up with. But that's enough about the laptops. Thank you very much for listening. All of you people who know I'm a teacher, you could hear the pain in my voice. You could hear the pain in my voice. Because this is the last thing, as the IT teacher, guess what's going to happen when a child laptop not working?
Mr. Charles.
Yeah, you could fix my laptop. The screen not coming on. I'd be like, did it fall? No. I just kick it against a wall. And you just feel like, child. Remove yourself from me. Remove yourself. All right, next one, solar panels or solar technology. Be back after this. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you could check us out, 308-8799. You could check our services out, or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. Right. Are you happy that the EU has funded a solar panel project? Okay. Are you happy that the Office of the Prime Minister has set up a solar-powered 10 kilowatt solar panel installation was unveiled on October 30th at the official handover of the EU-funded GCCA Plus Renewable Energy Project at the Prime Minister's St. Clair Avenue, Port of Spain office, funded by the EU and implemented by United Nations Development Programme. Oh, how we love the UNDP. The 2.4 million initiative promotes solar energy and energy efficiency installing systems at schools, NGOs, and public sites across TNT. Where are the places that they're going to put it? They're going to put these solar panel installations in different places to test out. When I did a follow-up on the article to find out about the information, they're going to install these things in different places like schools, public libraries, places like that. And reduce the reliance on oil and gas for electricity. Which is cool. But the technological implementation of these things requires an M word. Do you know what the M word is?
Money.
No. That what the UNDP there for, that the money part. The next
but
M word.
2.4 million not gone.
Yes, that is true. That's because it's being installed in very, very few places, right? But the M word is maintenance. Maintenance. So, imagine they install they hook up the lights in the library to this solar installation, right? All the lights on there. 4 years down the road, Akim does normally say, government change. 5 years down the road, government change. And the contract for maintenance is gone. And then the lights in the library now working because it used to work on solar, but now the solar panel thing beeping for the past 2 months and nobody come to fix it because nobody know how to fix it because there's nobody to maintain it. You know why I said this? Fire alarm systems. You know them like those really high-tech fire alarm systems that have the big kind of console thing and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. Nobody has maintained them. And when you go to some of the big places and you hear any beep in the background, it's because the fire alarm system is literally begging for maintenance, but nobody's maintaining. And I experienced that one firsthand. I love the advancement in technology, but this solar thing, I find we come too far to be still struggling with trying to figure out solar in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know. You know anywhere that have solar things that actually working?
You mean in Trinidad?
Yeah.
We have a solar powered car charging station.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long now?
Since before COVID, I believe. Over 5 years.
Oh, okay. That was like an engineering project or something.
Yeah, at engineering, and it was a collaboration, I believe, with the government.
Okay. Michaela, you know anywhere that has solar that working?
Check, I send you two stuff in the chat.
Yeah.
They could go through it as well.
What is okay? Yeah, I think there's one of the websites I went to track down where they're gonna plan to do it. My question is like, our usual issue with this is just put these things in place and then nobody else be able to follow up on it, right? So let me see what they say on this article here. This one. Specific outcomes, blah, 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 blah. Did they say the places that they're going to put it? Oh, yeah. Brasso Seco, Paria Tourism Facility, Brasso Vando, Caribbean Institute of Astronomy, Brasso Seco. Okay, choose some very remote places. Speyside High School, Fisheries and Agricultural Unit, Reptile Conservation Center, Nature Seekers Visitor Center. Yeah, all these places are like far off the grid places, as far as I could see.
See, this project was supposed to end at the beginning of this year.
Projected end Q1 2025 at the start of this year.
Yep.
And now, yeah. Wow. Okay, that's a political thing, but okay. Yeah. My concern is that we have the issue with Tech being a state-run organization, and the fight between solar and eating Tech money will always be an issue. Because if everybody goes solar, TNTech makes no money. And if TNTech makes no money, then the government will not be able to benefit from... Yeah. What's
You
that?
see when this project start?
When?
December 2019.
You serious? Where you see that?
Click the other link I sent to you. At least...
I saw. I'll go and check. That's funny though. We'll blame COVID. That's a good reason. Oh, that's not sharing it now. Yeah. According to this article here.
Look at the top.
Yep, December 2019 to June 2023. Yeah, duration of 42 months.
2.4 million euros.
Yeah, look all of the PDF with all of the places there. Well, it's a good thing that these articles exist.
6 years.
Because we watching it on the the newspaper.
Like
there,
these things, right? Anytime I see anything like with like UNDP and these other people that does fund and sponsor these things, I just think it's just for them to tick off our box saying, okay, we helping the developing world in certain areas, the whole sustainable development goals. For them to check our box. And I don't really see anything.
And then watch and be like, all right, you already deal with that now.
Yeah.
And we now have to catch to service it, clean it, maintain it, all them kind of things from our budget. And how that going to pan out, I don't know. But So I understand. I guess that makes sense. Understand where you're coming from. But the tricky part that I still wrestling with is the fact that I deeply, badly want to install solar panels on my house and not pay a light bill. But the reason we can't is because there is no legal way for you to connect your solar powered system to the grid. All you could do is create an independent system to handle certain things or appliances or whatnot, but your car connected to the national grid. So if you want to go solar, you have to be like, all right, full solar, and then stop paying your TNTech bill and disconnect your grid connection. But I don't know if we trust solar enough to like put your whole house on solar and disconnect yourself from the grid. I don't think I trust solar enough to do that. Because if something go wrong, I can't call a technician same day to tell them I can't fix it, so I basically be in darkness for however much times. I don't know if the industry or the infrastructure, the economy of solar servicing, I don't know if it's strong enough for people to go full solar. Unless you could do it for yourself. If I learn to do it for myself, I could trust. But I have some things I do try to learn to do for myself. Electrical, I am not. I might be able to change a light switch. If I look at the colors before, take out the old one and put back the colors in the same place on the new one, I could change a light switch. I could take off the breaker and do them kind of things. But if it have something that's more complicated, I ain't feel too confident about it. But if I learn to do it for myself, maybe I might try. But right now, no. But
I think the best way to do solar would be if you could feed it back into the grid. Anything else wouldn't really make sense.
And I not even vex if they do pay me for the energy I give them. I like, okay, I'm willing, 100% willing to let my solar feed back into the grid and give back electricity to the country. I don't need to be like, okay, well, your net metering had to take place. Like, ideally, here's the setup that I want, right? I want to set up real solar panels and a big battery. So set up all them panels, it collect all the sun during the day, it charge up the battery, and the battery will be able to take it through the night, and then you wake up the next morning, and the solar panels will start to draw the energy and charge back the battery. In the event that it is a real cloudy or something there, you still be connected to the grid, so that, okay, if the battery is depleted, you will just start to use the grid, which will basically sip from the grid ever so often. All the extra that you get from the day that didn't fill up the battery, feed that back into the national grid and reduce the load on everybody. And everybody go win. Everybody will win. Except for the Trinidad and Tobago National Electric Company, wherever it is, who is not going to get as much money from me paying them for the electricity that they get because they burn natural gas to turn the turbines and create the electricity. And that is where we had the problem, because the NGC won't, based on my understanding of how the arrangement goes, is that TNTech does pay NGC for natural gas to burn, to boil the water, to turn the turbines, to create electricity. And TNTech don't pay NGC on time. But yeah, two state-owned companies paying each other to produce the product that we have to pay for, and that's where I think we get the drama of why solar is so difficult to just move on to now or get or do, because in the States the electrical companies are privatized.
Yeah, I was not going to say that. I was actually searching to find out if it have any government-owned electricity company that does do solar like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually privatize. So the private companies realize, ooh, wait, this is a very good opportunity for us, because we could tell people install the solar. They will install the solar. They will feed back the solar into our system, and our load will get less. But we will provide them with the solar, we'll provide them with the service, we'll provide them with everything, because they are actually an electricity company. So because they're an electricity company, they now vex if they get more business because of solar, because in the end, they're going to get maintenance and all them kind of things from the projects that they put in place. But that is because it's a private business and they're just looking for the best way to provide electricity to people. But when it's a government-owned thing, this is how we do it, and that's how we're going to continue doing it. We have no motivation whatsoever to try to encourage you to move to solar. Yeah.
It does say that they are currently under review with other UNEP sponsored consultancy that was undertaking the development for a framework for feed-in tariffs. That's for Trinidad.
Yeah, that was under Marvin Gonzalez, I believe. He had reported that in what year that was? 2022, 23?
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, I remember when we saw that or spoke about it. Yeah, but I just wanna put solar panels on my house. That's all. I really am trying to make it too hard, but I don't want it to do it in such a way that will be detrimental to the constant supply of electricity that I'll need. So just allow people to connect to the grid, and we'll be good, instead of having to be totally out. Yeah.
You know that probably never going to happen.
Why?
Why? Because it's a government, it's a state-owned company. How much work that is, and coordination and.
That's the hard part you just said, you know what work that is.
Yeah.
Is their job not to work?
Yeah, but that's a big change. You imagine that's a real big change. A lot of work, a lot of coordination. People are going to have to learn new things.
That's like
it's public sector. It's not like private sector, and the CEO say, they need to implement this by X amount of time. If you can't get up to speed, find a new job. You can't find anybody in the public service. And who going on? That's like a I remember you had to mix any politics with it as well too. If you come with this big policy change and it's a whole big
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts. That's like WhatsApp putting in a meter on every connection. You know how long they're supposed to put meters in? I hear that people have meters in certain gated communities. They put meters. WhatsApp have a meter
in front of the house.
Yeah, in front of the house. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a meter in front of my house.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it get charged by the meter.
That was like standard.
Oh no.
Okay.
No. Like a large amount of the population don't have meters. So you use pay water by the amount that you use?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So my water bill does be like $40 or something like $50.
Okay, mine is $100 every 2 months.
Cause I only get water like 3 times or twice for the week.
I can't remember. No, I have water and sewage because we piped into the sewage system. So I can't remember how much I pay, but anyhow. Yeah, water real cheap.
I don't have sewage.
Water real cheap. Okay, are they like what? You just yeah. Yes, it's okay.
You know my phone, you don't have a phone bill?
They work, yeah. But it does come out her salary now, so she don't know, she ain't really studying now. She just know this is my standard of living and my phone does work. And okay, I want to tell you the story about my first work phone, but we don't have time. Basically, they called me at 3 o'clock in the morning and I was like, oh no, I'm not answering this. And it's like, nope, you have to answer this. I was like, wait, that's what happens when I take this? Yeah. They caught me good. Hey, all right, 55 minutes in, let's talk about GTA 6 because we have to. GTA 6 get delayed again and nobody is surprised. Why are you not surprised? I don't know. Let me read it quickly and I'll tell you what they said. GTA 6 was delayed again, this time to November 19, 2026, marking the game's second delay since it first got a release window. The publisher Take-Two CEO Strauss is highly confident that this is the last time. Speaking to IGN on the call ahead of the announcement, Zelnick reiterated at the company's statement that the delay was simply for Rockstar to have time to polish the game. We wanted to give Rockstar the appropriate amount of time to polish the title and make sure it can be the very best it can be. So there were some rough edges and they want to polish it. Question is this because they have experience and they don't want to be, as we said backstage, they don't want to be a cyberpunk? Or is it that they're selling dreams and they just sold us a dream for when it was supposed to be?
Earlier, March or something.
March, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the former. I think they have experience and not just with GTA 5, but the last major game they released was Red Dead Redemption 2. And that was like a masterpiece according to a lot of people. So yeah, I think it's more experience and they want to uphold the quality, the standard that they set called Red Dead Redemption. Well, GTA was a standard, Red Dead Redemption 2 again was was like a benchmark in terms of open world game and the graphics and the physics and all of that. So going into GTA 6, they probably want to maintain that same standard and, as we say, avoid being a Cyberpunk 2027. Because if GTA ever become a Cyberpunk 2077, they won't hear the end there because it has so much hype behind it. They need to deliver. It cannot be anytime so based on that, I think it would the wait. It would the risk.
Alright. Makala, what do you think is the reason? Okay. Here is my wild conspiracy. GTA 6 is going to have some sort of free-to-play thing that is going to take place where you're going to be networked and you will be able to log in and play online, and everybody just going to be able to drive around this place like mad human beings doing really, really, really strange things, and people just going to live in this world. There is going to be a very, very big server requirement for this to take place, and they struggling to figure out how much server capacity we need to have to be able to run this thing when it blows. Because if people try to log on to play this game and they can't connect to the servers and the game not working properly, they're going to get real vexed. Because not much people going to be playing GTA for the missions. People will more than likely want to play GTA so they could go and jack somebody else's car in a simulated world that is going to allow a lot of lawlessness. Aside from the fact that you could play the what's called thing when it's a one player game,
Story.
The story, let's call it story. I don't know. Yeah. Aside from the fact that they can play the story mode, yeah. Aside from the fact that they can play story mode, the server gauging is notoriously difficult for companies. My reference point for this is Netflix. Netflix tried to do a live boxing thing between somebody before, Floyd Mayweather and somebody else or some kind of thing like that. And Netflix thought they had it on lock. Netflix thought that they was like, yeah, we know how to scale servers, we know whatnot. And that Netflix stream was sticking for everybody. So if a big company like Netflix could flop it, then I think Rockstar afraid of that.
What I would say is they're doing that over 10 years now, the exact same thing. Because GTA Online is probably the largest online multiplayer game right now. Well, over the past 10 years. So they have a lot of experience with a lot of user skill and stuff with the free-to-play and pay-to-play stuff. So I think a game at launch, the focus and your reputation can lie on the story mode more than the online side of it at launch. Later on, the online stuff will come into play, but I think at launch, most people are going and play the story mode. They're not going and just skip the story mode and go online. So I think the story mode will come into play a bit more at launch. Later on, once people get past that, they'll start to go online, and that is where the online stuff will come into play.
So, okay, I understand what you're saying, and I guess that they could launch the game with story mode and then be like, online play coming in 6 months or some kind of thing like that.
Can't wait so long. Not so long.
Coming in 3 months?
A month.
All right, so they're trying to make sure that they come in. I just feel that the online play is the tricky part, because there is no reason, right? There's no reason for a game company of this magnitude to have so much issues with a story mode game. Yes, the game is big and it have a lot of land and it have a lot of interactions and all that kind of thing. But I can't see story mode being the reason. I really feel the online play is the difficult part, because that has more variables in it that you can't control, and they need to put something in place to try to control those variables, because if they don't, they will get a very bad they'll have a very bad experience. Yeah, they'll have a bad experience. That's my view. And I'm sticking to it. But they wouldn't say that though. Why they wouldn't say that? Because they need to polish the game. Polish what? The graphics? Either that or they waiting for a PlayStation 6 exclusive.
Nah, it won't be exclusive.
What it could be?
It'll be on all platforms. It won't be exclusive. GTA does never be exclusive.
Haha. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though. All right. Yeah, well, that's it. What else can they tell us? Nothing else besides next year, boy. Next year, November. Yet another year. Basically, wait a year from now. You're going to make it. That is what it comes down to. Alright, all the time for the recap. Today's episode. What's that?
What did I say? Did I say go and touch grass? Did I still say that?
Yeah, they still going to touch some grass, yeah. You should touch some grass, yeah. Right. We spoke about AI-enabled laptops, talk about solar power in the works for Trinidad and the issues that we're facing because, yeah, it's rough. And how many delays can GTA 6 go through? If by November next year they do launch it, you feel like it for them?
No.
You see? This blind loyalty they have. Yeah, the loyalty. I understand.
No, because it's like, if they don't release it, life goes on. Who cares?
To you, yeah, it's you with your adult self. Yeah. To have some people who started at university and now they're big hardback men waiting for GTA 6, you know.
Yeah, but if that's your life, something.
Oh wow!
If your life revolve around waiting for GTA 6, you have bigger problems than.
I sorry everybody who had to hear that and feel judged. If your life revolves around GTA 6, you're a bad person.
Not bad, but you need to sort out
yourself. Yeah. All right, Michaela Yonen. My name is Andre Charles from at Make It Simple TT and Trinidad Cast and all the other places on the internet that you may or may not see me. And I am a teacher. Yeah, cool. That's why I had so much views about laptops. Akeem,
Akeem there from Trinidad Cast, and a technology person.
All right, well, that's one way to put it. Yeah, and Michaela. Whoa, these were the best outros that we've had in a long time. I'm just going to end it now. Y'all, have a good week. Bye.